Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Boko Haram. Today we're going to be talking about Buried Beneath the Baobab Tree. This book is a fusion of two very talented writers, the persons of Adaobi Tricia Uwaubani and Viviana Maza. Viviana Maza is also a journalist, and this book was prompted, or this why they teamed up to write this book was owing to what happened back in 2014, whereby 200 plus girls were abducted from their village in Chibok and taken to the Sambisa forest by the Boko Haram terrorist group. And there was an urgency and a need to write the story. From her afterward, Viviana Maza made us understand that she actually wanted the book to be fictional, to be non-fiction, sorry, while Adelby wanted a fiction, a story. And I think I love the fact that they took the path of fiction, because it made how powerful stories are, and it really took the readers on a journey from before the abduction and after and during and in the Sambisa forest. So it sort of gives us a picture, and it made it more emotional to me, because we can never understand what these girls went through in that forest, but stories help us to have a tip of the iceberg. The book is based on the interviews with these girls that were abducted by the Boko Haram group, and in her afterward, Viviana leads us to see that one of these abductions received worldwide media coverage, at least for a while. On April 14, 2014, Boko Haram kidnapped 276 girls from their secondary school dormitory in Chibok, a small town in northeast Nigeria. In the middle of the night, they pulled the students on trucks and carried them away into the darkness of the Sambisa forest. 57 girls managed to escape by jumping off the trucks as they trundled into the night. 219 were taken away. Yet, to this day, few people around the world know any of these young women's names. They are just numbers, they are faceless. The book employs the first-person narrative technique, where the main character, who is actually nameless or / faceless, because the writer did not reveal a name, so she's just telling us the story. And she starts the story from before she was taken away from her small village, where she was living with her family, her father, her mother, her brother. She was the only girl, and she loved school. She was one of the fortunate ones that were attending school in that village, which is located in northeastern part of Nigeria. And it just tells the story of this very simple life, village life. Even though they were not rich in any way, but she was happy. I really love this main character because she has a nice spirit. She was just like every girl out there. Think of it. She had a best friend. She had a teacher she always wanted to impress, or she loved school, and she had a crush on a guy whose name was Success. She goes to church because she was a Christian girl. She loved her mother. She was hardworking, which is a trait that almost every girl child in Nigeria has to possess. And you name it, just imagine it. So the writer is trying to tell us that this girl is like every other girl out there. She could have been anyone. So imagine this girl living her simple life. She just got a scholarship into a school that she always wanted to attend, and this terrorist attack her village and strips them away, including her best friend. The chapters were very hasty. I felt like I'm brief. I felt like the author or the writer had us at heart. The diction employed very simple language, so anybody can pick it up and read and understand what the writer is trying to tell us in this book. So with these brief chapters and these simple words, we could follow this girl to the forest, see how she was treated, how sad and how dark it was in that place, and how she managed to go through it all. We see every single thing, and we cannot even begin to imagine what I put myself in that position, and I quickly took myself out, because it's not something that anybody should experience at all. It's a very sad thing. And for those who do not know, Boko Haram means Western education is a sin. So these people are against Western education, and they want a state, an Islamic based, a state that is based on Islamic laws. And although these people say that they practice Islam, it's not true, because most of the things that they're trying to put out, and the main character makes us understand is that these people are not practicing actual or the true Islam religion or Muslim religion. They are just being after their own whatever brainwashing they were going through. Because even before the girl was abducted, she had a friend who was practicing Islam, and she was a Christian girl. So you could see that these people were living side by side in their community. Nobody was fighting anyone. She had Aisha was her friend, was one of her friends and that was Islamic, that was practicing Islam. So there was really no problem with it at all. They were all happy. And to put that knife or try to put a barrier or try to force your religion on someone else, which is not even the right way, it was crazy. So, and the characters in this book, we have the main character who is nameless / faceless, because she was not given a name, as I said earlier. Then although she was given a name later on in the forest, which was Salamatu, because she had to denounce her Christian faith and embrace Islam. She still did not embrace any name. She just went on being nameless or faceless in the book. This girl, like I said in the beginning, she's like every one of us, any girl out there. Just think of it: having dreams, wanting more, having plans for the future, wishing for the simplest things in life. Like I said, I really love how she thinks. I love her spirit. Like in this passage, I'm just going to read a piece from one of the chapters. The title of the chapter is Big Dreams. Each chapter has each chapter have a title. Like this one now is named Big Dreams. And what she said in this part really made me smile. It says, "That is the good thing about dreaming with my eyes wide open. It's like molding a calabash from wet clay. Some other time, some other day, I can always continue from wherever I stop, or even start from the beginning all over again." You can see that this girl was a big dreamer. She wanted a lot of things. She wanted new shoes, just really simple things in life. And the abduction or the kidnapping robbed her of a lot of things that she wanted. A lot of things really kept her. There was no saying how long she stayed in that forest, but we could tell that the beauty did a number on her that it could do on anybody. Then also another chapter that really made me tear up so much was when she was just taken from her village, when they attacked her village, and she was in bus, and she was leaving her life behind. Her father was killed. Her mother, luckily or by sheer luck, was taken to had to travel before the abduction started. She had to travel for a wedding ceremony in the next village or next town, and she was thinking of everything, her life that she was leaving behind, and she was going deeper into it for her. She said to herself, and this chapter really drew tears. I was wailing and weeping like a baby reading this one. So the title of the chapter is Reasons to Thank God, and it says, "I thank God that I am not alone. Papa and Mama and my brothers may not be here with me, but there are dozens of other girls packed into the truck with Sarah at my right and Aisha at my front. I thank God that I am a girl. Girls fry the kosai and masa, then wait for the boys to have their fill before they eat what is left in the pan. Girls shred their fingers sewn with sharp stones and broken glass forgotten by the boys in their trouser pockets before they toss them onto the pile of weekly laundry. But it was the boys and men that got called to one side of the building when the Boko Haram men gathered all the villagers they could capture and led us to the mosque. Those who were not fast enough to run toward the hills and hide. It was the boys and men who were instructed to step outside. It was the boys and men who glanced backward and told their mothers, sisters, and wives not to be afraid. It was the boys who were lying in shallow puddles of red, while the girls and women and toddlers were marched into trucks, leaving only the elderly behind. I thank God that I still have one brother left, that Jacob and the other children are following behind in another truck. Peter's brothers also have a lot to thank God for. They were the only male captives who did not run away, but who did not get slaughtered by the Boko Haram men. Peter's brothers may have led a hard life as a result of having one leg almost 3 times shorter than the other because of polio. But their disability is the reason why the Boko Haram men asked them to leave the mosque and limp back home in peace. I thank God that Pastor Moses fixed Prosper's wedding this weekend. I thank God that Papa gave Mama the permission to travel to Jalingo with Sarah's mother and the other women. I thank God that Success was not visiting his parents this weekend. I thank God that he's most likely still alive. It just this chapter just really, because in church when she's a Christian girl, she's always told that we have a lot of reasons to thank God, and in every situation give thanks to God. So she said, okay, I'm in a situation now, and she started to recount and thank God for them. And I just felt so sad, so sad. Another character in the book is Sarah, the best friend of this nameless girl, and they shared a lot of things together, even to abduction, and it was really nice and a beautiful story about friendship, if you ask me. Another character in this book, this might not really be classified as a character because it's non-living, but from the book it really played a lot of role for me in the book. And this is the nameless girl's father's radio, if that makes sense. The nameless girl's father's radio, her father's radio, the narrator's father's radio. This radio, whenever the radio comes on, or whenever, because her father has always listened to the radio, tuning, listening, and whenever a chapter comes that they want to talk about the radio, they say the voice on Papa's radio. This radio served as a mirror of the society. Okay, these people this is what's happening in this part of the world, and this is what's also happening in this part of the world, side by side. One side is blooming and nice and happy, the other side is chaotic. And it was really nice for me, because even the main character, when she was still living, she thought of her father's radio as well. Okay, what with the radio, is the radio going to report the abduction as well? So I think it's a very good character. It played a nice role in this book as well. So I consider it a character because it was a mirror putting two words side by side. Yeah. So the themes in this book, the major theme in this book is the evil that is terrorism. That's one of the major themes you should take home with you while reading this book. It's an evil thing. Terrorism is evil and needs to be stopped. With that, I'm going to draw the curtain for this book. And I want everyone to pick up this book and read it and understand, just have a tip of the iceberg of what people are going through in other parts of the world, places that are experiencing insecurity. If you go and understand how they might feel, you might not be able to understand fully, but just have a feel of it, or have a mirror, or look into it and see it, maybe understand a bit. With that, I'll draw the curtain, and I appreciate you for watching till the end. So I really for watching the end. Until next time, like, share, subscribe to my channel, and goodbye.